welcome to Hardcore Episode 2. Today, I have plans. I came prepared with a to-do list. So today I want to mine at Deep Slate Layer for diamonds. Although, even if I don't get diamonds, it'll be still good because I could get texturing, which I want to do for my terrain. I've got andesite for the light and cobblestone for the shadows on this side. But on this side, I want it to have tough for shadows, and you find tough at Deep Slate Layer. But you also find diamonds. I also want to texture my terrain. So, yeah, kind of having to do some mining before that. But the most ambitious thing I want to do a bit of exploring, so I want a village. Because villages are good. And then there's like a couple things around here, like mining the trees. Kind of normal things. Normal kind of basic things you have to do. Like chopping all the trees and sort of breeding up the animals. Kind of boring stuff like that. We can start on very good for us. Personally, I would call that somewhat of a success. We got 4 diamonds and a stack of tough. Hi, this is awfully close. It's still cold. I'm just ascending at this point. I'm not climbing the ladder, I am ascending. My hands aren't even helping on. It's nighttime. I got 4 diamonds and over a stack of tough, which should be alright to add some shadows. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with him. Oh, I'm not sure when that happened. It's daytime now. I mean, technically, one of my goals was mining for diamonds, and I have 4 diamonds, and I am going to make a lovely diamond pickaxe. Although, I'm going to keep that in there. I don't need it on though. So I don't know where my chickens went. And those are phantom eggs. Can't pick them up. Which makes me mildly worried for my cows and my sheep. Because if my chickens have disappeared, what could happen to them? I kind of need them slightly more than the chickens. I know the chicken in my inventory looks extremely suspicious, but I promise I didn't kill all of them. I think it's time to chop these trees. All I have is this. Oh, this really needs to change. Oh, this needs to change. I kind of unironically love it. It's so bad, but it's not the stereotypical dirt house bad. It's got layers. It's got layers and all. I've decided today is the day I'm looking for that village. And why is there a bat? Why? Anyway, today is the day I look for a village. I don't want to look for a village. I don't want to leave my home. But I need a village. And I need villages. And I know that villages are that way. And I've kind of gone that way. And I'm looking at that ocean and going, either I could hit a village that lives by the ocean, or I spend the next 2 hours or whatever on the ocean looking for land. Yeah. There we go. I'm boating away from my home. I'm going north. I'm sure this is fine. What could go wrong? My house. It's fading into the distance. All signs of life are now gone. I'm in the middle of the ocean and I don't know where I'm going. All I know is I'm going north. Hang on a minute. That's an ocean monument. Why? Why is there just an ocean monument there? Okay. Oh. There's tiny signs of life. But I'm kind of committed to going north now. And I don't need an ocean monument. To me, an ocean monument is certain death. I suppose finding ice up north is to be expected. But villagers don't spawn on ice. They kind of spawn on dirt. So that makes me kind of nervous. There's also a ocean ruin. We persist. North we go. I'm committed to going north for some reason, and I don't really know why. Although that plan may be cut short if there are icebergs. Great. This is not what I wanted. I was kind of thinking land, you know. Oh my gosh, there's a paper. Please don't tell me there's children nearby. I don't wish to die. I think it's lonely. It's a good thing. You see nothing. I hope I find land before it goes night. Because then I can hide in a hole. I didn't bring a bed. Why did I not bring a bed? I'm actually... I'm also praying there's no drowns in this water. Oh, there's a tiger forest. That gives me hope. Because that means there's land that isn't whatever this stuff is. Quickly, another one of you. And okay, I don't see a child, so I'm safe. Wait, I just saw campfires. Oh, come on. I'm not here. No, campfires. Oh, for goodness sake. You're actually kidding me. All that stands in my way of where I want to be and where I am is a child. If there wasn't a child, I could just go straight past. But because there's a child, she thinks I'm gonna be hurting the child. I don't care about your child. I really don't. You see nothing. I'm so glad I came north. Let's send it up to the water. Okay, this is great. I found what I wanted in life. Ah. I didn't learn how to jump though. This is my house now. temporary stealing this. I'm just gonna camp out for the night here. And then I'm gonna go home. I want to take villagers with me, but I don't have the stuff. I don't have anywhere to put them. And now that I know that ocean is massive, I can probably put an iron farm over it. And I know where the villagers are. I can get the villagers for the iron farm. And it's just a shame that it's a long, long way up. I should put them in a boat and keep them safe. Yes. Keep them from wandering away. I'm gonna put it under the trees. Because if a zombie turns them, then they won't die. I'm just gonna put another one sort of there. Now this is interesting and caught my eye. I haven't seen an armor have just armor just free for the taking. This is so kind of them. Yeah. Hey, bundle, what's going? I think I got most of the houses. I kind of think it might be time to head home. I think Tiger Villages are officially my favourite village. I've got 4 purple beds. This is great. This is actually going really good for me. Basically got a new set of armour. Oh wow. They're having a party. Must be trampolining day or something. No. Let's go. This is great. I just need a lead to attach to the boat. I don't have a lead. Time to go home. Time to get out of here. I'm gonna replace my bed with one of these. That's cool. I think I need to expand my storage. I don't have enough space. But also I'm not ready to build. I don't know what I'm gonna build. Obviously I'm gonna build. No. To be fair, the land is flat. The land is flat, so that is a positive. I've done looking for a village because I explored for a village and I got a village. I never said that I was going to take the villages. You thought I was. I thought I was. It's fine. I just know where they are. So in the future, when I make an iron farm or anything, I can get at them very easily. Now I could terraform this. yeah, we get to stare at my terrain. I get to complain about how much my terrain sucks. Woo. Yippee. I've done my terrain. I've done some texturing on it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not 100% sold. The tuff isn't too bad, but I think this area is not too bad. The diorite is too much. I was going for some lovely highlights, but it's too bright. Deep slate over here is too dark. I mean, this is actually probably the best viewpoint I'm gonna get. Yeah, the diorite is far too light, and the deep slate is far too dark. So I think I'm gonna have to go into creative mode and spend some time staring at grey blocks. Welcome to my creative building world. It has loads of stuff in here, and this is, I think, every single grey block that I could find in here. I might have missed one or two. I think this is all of them. We've got many different shades of grey. We've got the more white ones. We've even got the coral in here. And sort of blackstone that I probably won't get. So I've got some kind of gradients. And the thing is, there's no like medium grey in Minecraft. There's dark grey and light grey and black and whatever's going on with deep slate. But none of it's medium grey. So you can have a lovely light gradient. That one's not too bad, but it's kind of a bit square. And also it uses lodestones, which I need the side texture, and that side texture isn't great. And it's sort of warm grey and warmer grey, and then white, black, dark grey. So I did some over here. Like, this is the gradient that I have, and I was like, what if I smooth out the bottom of it, try to blend it more? And that kind of looks alright. But there's also the tuff. Tuff is the closest thing we have to sort of medium grey, but it's very green. So I was like, what if I make the top one slightly more green? But then tuff is the only one that's extremely textured, and I can't use polished tuff because it looks more green. So if you put it there, it's too green. Like, it works with this one, but not with that. So then I tried removing the tuff, and we end up with the problem of there are no medium greys. And I didn't want to use cobblestone because I'd have the same problem as the tuff where it's too textured. The fact that this has a sort of like grid sort of pattern is annoying, but because I'm only thinking of using it for like highlights where like it's just one block, the grid pattern may be less noticeable, but I'd have to trial and error that. I stared at these for a long time and thought that might be the best. So I sort of made it bigger, sort of blended it more. And if the tuff was less textured, it would work much better. The sort of texturing is too intense. And it's not like I can remove it, because these are too different. You end up with this kind of stark contrast. And also it doesn't make sense to have the bottom end of this gradient is slightly more blue, where the top end is slightly more green. It's like, why would you change that if there's not like a tuff? So I've had lots of trouble with this. I don't want it to be really dark, so this is kind of really dark. And I can't work just with like this light gradient because it kind of, I don't know what I've done with this one, but I don't like it. I don't like it. It doesn't go dark enough to get like some nice shadows. it doesn't go dark enough. But then if I go into this, it's too dark. So I have limited options. Because I also don't want super light terrain. If you want like a nice smooth gradient, you either want super light terrain, like this and this, or super dark, like this and even that. I mean, this is white. I don't want the white cliffs of Dover. I've just thought the sort of cliffs are not really cliffy, they're kind of on a platform of grass, so there's like grass on top and then it kind of goes to rocks. I was like, what if I made it so the grass was kind of more blended going down? So we've got a mossy cobblestone tuff gradient, like tough for like the only shadows, only like kind of intense shadows. I'm trying to think, like, what if I could have little highlights that weren't mossy, but the stone is kind of too smooth, and the andesite is too blue. But I might try some sort of cliffiness with this gradient, because the cliffs are generally not that tall, so it would make sense that grass is kind of grown over. It's like, what if I make it overgrown a bit more? But I could use vines on the sides, although they would probably end up growing everywhere. But that would work on the smaller cliffs. It doesn't really help the bigger cliffs. I could just make it so they're a bit more cobblestoney. I'm sure I can make it work. But I don't think I'm going to change the gradient this episode, because I want to see if you guys have any ideas. I think this might be, it might be the next next best option to try and avoid this, because this isn't too bad. It's just the extreme texture of the tuff. I don't know if I explained it very well, but the light, when you look at it from this view, I was sort of texturing the cliffs in the idea that the light's sort of coming from sort of over there. So it's hitting sort of this side and making that the brightest bit, and therefore that the darkest bit. And it would only work if you take the only sort of time it would look good when the sun's sort of in the rising over the cliff in sunrise. Maybe I sort of abandon the specific sun placement, and I sort of kind of make the sun less direct, because I can't have that intense shadow, clearly, because it doesn't look good. It's on a sort of platform, so if we make that platform moss, then we can have sort of mossy cobblestone that kind of looks overgrown, like the moss is sort of working its way down. Obviously it wouldn't come down that much on those cliffs, because they're a bit too steep. But it'll definitely work on that. That'll probably end up just being mossy cobble. And I think with the sort of more greeny tones of the mossy cobblestone, the tuff will sort of blend in a bit better. So I think the andesite doesn't help because it makes it a bit more blue. I'm sort of freehanding this, if you couldn't tell. This is my lovely platform where I'm going to build my house. I think I'm going to build my house and then work on this terrain, because I want to make it a bit steeper. A bit more cliffy. I stackened a bit spruce logs, so might be able to get an alright house shape with that. Sort of frame it out. I need to figure out where I'm gonna have the sort of stairway? I don't know if I want to call it stairway, but like way up. So I'm thinking just sort of in the middle, because then I can sort of have one going down. If it's sort of in the middle, it kind of makes it easier. So that means that I think this is gonna continue to be the sort of viewing side. So we're gonna need my entrance sort of facing this way. I feel like this kind of sticks out, so it'd be nice to sort of put a little bit there. put one more forward. I'm just going to sort of lay out where I think the sort of main shapes should be. It's a little bit of an awkward shape because it sort of juts out here. I was thinking sort of door sort of here-ish. So if I want a nice little platform before I get in, just like have sort of here-ish. The middle would then be sort of here. I think, yeah, this sort of looks a bit better. There we go. So this is sort of the middle. This is where the door's going to be. I could do like that. I feel like a side door might be useful. I'm trying to. I don't know if I should have done the cliff back here, or at least like shaped it a bit better, because this is too much of a slope, I think. So it might be nice to have like a side door so you can sort of come out here, but I don't really know what to put here. Can't see a lot. Not a lot's happened. Okay, sort of stairs are going to come up here. Sort of. Doorway's going to be there. Okay. I think that's fine. I think I might have to make this cliff sort of come out a bit more. I'm gonna alter my terrain to fix my house, so I can't make my house any smaller. I feel like it should go out a bit. Go out sort of there-ish. This terrain's gonna at least lose this much. If I end up putting it where it touches the terrain, I think that's fine because I can just move it out. Definitely gonna take that hill back. It looks kind of awkward. It's gonna be a very weirdly shaped house, to say the least. Well, an interestingly shaped house. I said it would be. Said it would be. Although that's an even number. That's illegal. Can't have that. There we go. Don't know if you'll be able to see much of it from my viewpoint. Oh yeah, you can see that. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Yeah. I'm sure I'm gonna have fun trying to put a roof on that. Interestingly shaped houses, and then I can't put roofs on them. And then I make the house less interestingly shaped. I do most of my building in creative, like if I'm gonna build something in survival. If it's a house that I want to look good, I usually do at least a little bit in creative, especially if I know it'll take a lot of effort to gather the resources. So this is going to be interesting to try and do, because this so far it's purely survival. And I'm going to try some things that I'm gonna experiment with bricks. I'm sure this will be fine and nothing will go wrong. I'm out of spruce wood. I knew it wouldn't be enough. Just gonna plant a couple more spruce trees then. I think the shape of it's nice. I'm not entirely convinced by the granite. It might just need a bit more texture and variation. I'm thinking I might be able to mix in a bit of coarse dirt, sort of around here. It's kind of, it feels very, the line here feels very sort of sharp, very sudden.
think might be the word. I think it might look better if I mix in some sort of packed mud because it's closer to sort of the pinky tones of granite, whereas the dirt's just a bit brown. Might help if I had a sort of granite path coming down here, like a bit more. But I don't really know where I would want it to go. So you know, just a little bit around here. Sort of subtly mix it in a bit. Might put some stone bricks sort of on here. Put it there. Put some there. I feel like it would definitely be more to the edge. Yeah, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Put one. There. Yeah. I definitely feel that there's a bit too much granite. Granite's a little bit too pink for this. So as I gather blocks, I might slowly mix out the slowly get rid of it